Hi, this is our Sprint 1 review. A quick recap of our project is it is a Google Assistant that helps you when you cook. So you can ask it questions like, what's the cooking time, give me a list of ingredients, stuff like that. Those requests go to our server, which is hosted on Heroku, and then we have a database that currently just has one recipe, and the user gets information based on that recipe. For our first sprint, our goal was to have the basic architecture of our project laid out, and to also allow the user to perform a lot of actions on one recipe, which we chose to be blueberry pancakes. I'm going to kick it over to Paul, who's going to talk about what happens when the user first connects to our service.
All right. So when the user first connects to our service, they're going to talk to their Google Assistant and say, let's get cooking. What Google Assistant will do is it'll send that intent or send that information to the Dialogflow API, which will analyze that message for the intent of it. It'll recognize that it's the setup intent and grab the recipe from our database and send the information back to Dialogflow to set up a session entity for ingredients. These session entities are important because when we're working with Dialogflow, we're looking for specific keywords such as flour or milk in the case of pancakes. In order to make sure that those keywords are recognized, we have to upload that to Dialogflow in order that each user has a unique set of ingredients. So to get this started off, let's type in "let's get cooking," and it will respond with "let's get cooking" to say, "Hey, we're ready to start." Well, now I'm going to kick it over to Scott, who's going to talk about prep time.
Hello. Like you said, my name is Scott. I'm going to talk about prep time. First, I'm going to kind of walk you through a little bit about what David and I did. We set up the prep time and cook time intent and the back-end functionality for both of those. And then some of these other tasks are like doing some research and setting up our environment, and cleaning up the code, making entities for cook time and prep time. And then I'll just give you a brief demo of getting cook time so you can ask how long will it take to prepare. And it'll take 12 minutes, and then you can say how long will it take to cook. And it will take 18 minutes to cook blueberry pancakes. Now I'm going to turn it over to Trevor, who's going to talk about ingredients.
Hello again. So to get our basic functionality, we had additional user stories, like getting the amount of an ingredient when asked, which is this first user story. We also had being able to get a list of ingredients, and we had being able to get the steps of an ingredient and be able to go forward and backwards or get an ingredient step repeated. And so I can show that functionality right now. So we can say, how much sugar do I need? And it'll say you need 1.25 teaspoons of sugar. And so I set up the intent and the back end functionality of this. And what David did is he allowed us to be able to say custom units. So you can say, how many cups of sugar do I need? And then it will respond back with that same amount, but in cups. So what Ryza and Sumant worked on was the step functionality. So you can say, what is the first step? And then it'll give you that step. You can say, what is the next step? And then it will give you the next step in the recipe. And then you can say what how many steps left, and it will say you just have one more step to complete, and that's all shown in our Taiga board and matches directly with the goals of this sprint. And I think that covers pretty much everything that we did. We'll send you a link to this and a link to the YouTube video for you to be able to watch. Thank you.